Hello, this is Qui-Gon Jake, here to play some of the Civil War from the Grand Tactician. This is a new series that I'm starting. This is kind of one of the first things I've done on any sort of a scale in a very long time, at least, video content related. So, we'll see. See how this goes. Got some custom commanders in with some friends and family members, so this should be a lot of fun. Start off as the Confederacy, 1861. Going to, as much as I love Virginia, I can get her support another way. I'm going to tick off that. So I got industrialization, King Cotton, Southern Pacific because trains. I feel like this is a good setup. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so here we are, 1861. February war has not yet broken out. Let's see, we'll start with finances. I definitely am going to want agriculture to be just a little higher, because armies march on their stomach, don't you know? Gonna max out military diplomacy, industry. I'm gonna keep that medium. I do not want them to manage my finances. We have a decently high interest debt, 4% unemployment. I don't know the value of doing lower tariffs, or if that's even of any value at all. But every time I play this game, the AI seems to think that tariffs should be like way below 20, which I'm like, I don't know about that. But I think it does help it does help boost the economy short term, I think. And that's what we're going to go with. Yeah, that's what it does. It boosts the economy. Yeah. Start with military 1. Just so I can get more spending. That way I can unlock some of the projects. And basically the way this game goes is that this is your budget, basically, finances and funding. You definitely want to make sure that your debt rating doesn't get too low, which this is a war, you're going to incur debt. It's just the question of how quickly do you incur it. And with the funds you have, you invest into 6 different subsidies. Each of those have a direct impact on the projects that you can select. That all these require funding. And once sufficient funding has been reached from the budget, you can unlock certain projects. For example, when we get into the core, the formal core organization, which was, when you think of the Civil War, you tend to think of like the corps, at least I do at least. So, the first corps, second corps, third corps. This requires us to have invested enough financial funding in order to unlock this. It looks like it's what, 35 million? 3.5 million is needed. So that's the rate at which we have to get resources. Same with a lot of these other projects. As you can see them, they have different colors. Basically, it's just, this took me forever to figure out, which is kind of sad. But yeah, those are the ones for the economy, the dollar signs. Orange ones are the industry. These are the only 3 industries. Mostly you'll be using industry funding for the economy and to help boost production from your many factories and foundries, and to build new ones. Diplomacy, this is good if you want to get foreign rifles or ships, cannons, stuff like that. So, for example, if you want to get any of the special, like the Enfields, going to have to spend a lot into diplomacy to get the funding necessary to get the Enfields. 5 million's a lot, and it takes a while to get there. But that way you can get imports in from overseas, or if you're really, able to spend a lot of money, you can even get their warships. Let's see, for agriculture, again, this is kind of more useful for the economy. That and industry are more for your economy than even the economy tab is, but local industry and agriculture. And then last but not least, military, bread and butter. You use a lot of funding in this because of all the different projects that can be unlocked and that you will need to unlock, one of them being the Confederate rifles. It's one of the first focuses or projects I will plan to complete, because it will allow us to get the Springfield Model 1855 copy, the Fayetteville rifle, I think, and then the Richmond rifles, which are pretty much identical to the Springfields, but I think they have slightly longer range. I'd have to double check that. But organization reform is definitely another project I will focus. And then rifle artillery. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It gets a lot of, definitely a lot of money has to get involved, which means a lot of time spent. Alrighty, so just brought back the music into play because I was like, why is it so quiet? It's because I had the music turned off. Alrighty, so I've got the finances set, everything that I want there, all the policies. I can't do any of these. You can get really in depth with some of the economy sides, but even I haven't touched this yet. No, I might just edit the sound one more time. No, it's fine. Maybe a little further. There we go. This is going to be a very informal video, by the way. If you're expecting professionalism, I can definitely direct you to more professional videos, but this is just lighthearted and fun. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get the only thing I'm going to do before war breaks out is to recruit a unit of cavalry, because during the early game, you can only recruit units of small quantities. For example, you can normally recruit brigades up to 3,000 when war's begun, but beforehand you can only recruit up to 750. Cavalry, you have to unlock cavalry reform projects in order to get big cavalry units, but until you do, the 500 is the most you can get even when war is broken out. So it actually is kind of nice to be able to pre-recruit cavalry regiments. They're pretty darn cheap too. So we're going to make this first one for our first commander, who shall be making his appearance very soon. Let's go ahead and get 500. Oops, this is a different commander. Let's go and get the gray. Let's just do the Confederate gray for right now. I don't think yellow will look good. No, I think I was going to do white. That's what I was going to do. Alright. So, not withers. This first commander will be known as Alejandro T. Great. He is the first one assigned to a unit. He'll be in charge of the Louisiana State Militia Cavalry, which is going to take them 27 days to form, which is perfectly fine for me because it's going to take that long for war to even break out. And now our second cavalry regiment. This is the one that's going to be brown, black. Now let's do steel gray instead. And these cavalry units are going to be underneath the command of, based on the colors of black and gray, although I wish I could have done red, Chris P. Bacon. No, that's absolutely his name. Why are you snickering? That's not. It is too his real name. You stop laughing at him. Look at the man. He's seen some crap. He doesn't need you laughing at him. Anyway, so we have these two guys. Both of them are now lieutenant colonels. Alejandro T. Great is going to get a nice promotion from major to lieutenant colonel, which is nice because of the experience. He's ready for that command. Alright. So I look at the list again. It should now have kicked in. Yep, there he is. He's lost all of his experience, but he still has a lot of his abilities, whereas Bacon's just more famous because someone said that his name looks like Crispy Bacon. Anyway, that is pretty much that, and then just, of course, the Navy. I don't really care that much about the Navy, but I do need to care enough. Let's create a new fleet. This is going to be in... I don't know if doing anything in Charleston's a good idea, just because of the blockade. Although, they haven't always blockaded me either down there. In fact, it's been rare that they have at all. Alrighty, we're going to add the CSS Virginia. This is going to be more of my main battle fleet, if I even can say that I have one. This is going to be a bit of a... It'll be up for debate whether or not that thing is going to be a very powerful combination. So you have Armor of Timber, as does regular frigates. I recently did some research on the steam frigates. I was like, why are they so much more, expensive, and are they even better? Actually, yeah, they kind of are. They may have fewer guns, but they don't rely on sail as much. So we're going to construct probably no more than just a couple of these. Because they do have 40 guns, but they are expensive. Shenandoah, Georgia. I am then going to construct probably 2 more regular frigates. There's a lot of provisions required. Yeah, we're just going to do 2. We are not naming it the United States. That just seems so... I don't know why they did that. I think I think they're funny, I guess. I don't know. Let's name this one after the first seceded South Carolina. And let's see. Shenandoah, good name for it, but we're naming these big ships after states. So probably you're never going to have more than, what, 11 of them? Let's see. What do we got? Let's do North Carolina. Georgia, Huntsville, let's change that name to Florida. I'm only doing this for the main capital ship. I'm not going to rename every single ship. And then let's go ahead and add some sloops of war. Yeah, let's go ahead and get 4 of them. And then we'll go ahead and get probably a couple of the lighter warships like brigs and barks. Yeah, let's go ahead and get 3 brigs. And then we'll get the last one, the Washington in. That'll be our main naval fleet. And then I will need to do this one in North Carolina. Or, we're going to put it in Port Royal for the moment. This is going to be our blockade running fleet. So, a lot of these schooners, I'm just going to assign them there for the moment. And maybe one of these guys, for good measure. And then last but not least is the port in Baton Rouge, New Orleans. So it's a river port though, so I can only have river port ships. Which in this case would be second-rate steamers. We're going to get just 2 of these guys. Going to get a double ender, just 1. So I'm already at 21,000 of my available dockyards. I don't really want to get much higher than that, even though I could, doesn't mean I should. We're going to go ahead though and get 3 of these Tuscaloosa 3rd rates, and then I'm going to probably build a lot of 4th rates. Let's go ahead and get like 5. Let's get 4. And then we'll add in these ones as well. This is basically going to just be to keep the Mississippi clear, which, in all fairness, the AI really has never sent me anything remotely powerful. But I've also never gotten too far. Like, I have never even gotten to 1862 yet, just because I've been trying to figure this game out for so long. I should probably make sure I know who I have in command. Please tell me this guy's in political. He's not good. You command that. Port Royal Squadron. You're fine. Charleston Squadron. Is this guy the best choice? I don't know. I feel like Ferrand might be a good choice too, but we'll leave the commander in charge where he currently is. James. One thing I am also going to do is I'm going to manually recruit probably 3 more artillery regiments. But they are not going to be commanded by Barksdale. Absolutely not. We need artillery guys for this. Barksdale can be useful elsewhere. Let's do Shroup. This guy has funny hat. I laugh because it is funny. LZ, sure. And then, no, absolutely not archery. You can do a lot more useful things for your state, my man. Nichols, congratulations. And I'm waiting until war breaks out to recruit 1 more important battery of artillery. And that all will become clear soon. Alright, enough chit chat. Let's go ahead and get this game rolling. One thing I wish they had was, because these are the academies, where officers from these states that have academies will get better stats, and they are really nice. But for whatever reason, when the game starts, the Virginia Military Institute is not in Virginia. They don't have anything, which is, I found that perplexing. It's like, that's such a, like, important part of a lot of the battles and such. Fort Sumter surrendered. Alright, we're almost there for battle, for war. Already unlocked our first potential set of projects that we can choose. I do like doing cast artillery, just because it allows the James rifle and the Napoleons, which are pretty nice. But if I wait just a bit longer to get the Confederate rifles, which we will need good guns pretty quickly. The only other alternative would be to get rewar muskets, as they are better than nothing. Choices, choices, choices. Artillery can wait, honestly. So either I go for the cheap muskets now. Again, early game these things are actually useful. Late game, of course, they are not. So we're gonna go ahead, I think, and have something which is better than nothing. So now we can go over to the weapons. Let's see. I'll start by producing maybe a few more 24-pound howitzers. These things are surprisingly effective. So 55 days. No, do that. Put that order in. Let's see, where was it? See, their range is what's good. That's all that's good is reborn muskets. It's just that. So we're gonna go ahead and get 10,000. No, actually, I want these things like now. 3 months from now is also still a long ways off. But we're gonna order 5,000 of these. Just so we can. Something that has longer range than the standard 250 yards. Ugh, words. Words are hard. So, it'll take a while to get that into effect. Alrighty, so, back we are on the map. War's begun. Front lines have been updated. We have all of the new armies. Wait, what the? I didn't know that was something that could do to... whatever. I learn stuff in this game all the time as well. So, let's go ahead and get started with organizing the units. We have the Army of the Shenandoah, led by Johnston. We've got Hampton Division, which Magruder's in control of. In fact, Hampton's Legion isn't even in Hampton's division. I don't know, I just work here. You've got Army of Tennessee out here, then South Carolina. So basically one thing that I have, I wouldn't say learned, but one thing that I have been shown, or co-op and stuff like, not co-op, guides, is to take a lot of these armies way out in Yonkers, you know, where the states, all these states are, that are far away from the front lines, and recruit in those armies, especially if you have commanders that have good administration, because they'll train the troops faster. Wrong one. There we go. So for example, this one I'm going to rename from South Carolina Militia to, what's it, Training Depot of the East. Basically, this is going to be the army that moves around here in the east and builds any supply depots or forts as needed. Otherwise, they are pretty just straightforward. So, ideally we want commanders that are good in experience, like Bragg here. Great administration. That is all we could ask for. I don't think anyone else except for Pemberton has experience in terms of administration of that level. Why don't I see everyone anymore? Why do I only see colonels? Ah, that's why artillery's still in set. That would explain it. Oh, and Hardy. Ooh. And then there's Holmes, although he's at a major, so it's going to take him longer to actually get that skill back, even more so for Pemberton. Let's do Hardy for the East. So he will become a brigadier general, but that's okay. This isn't the Robert E. Lee, this is Stephen E. Lee. Sharp, Elsie Nichols. So we have that one done. Now we're going to rename this one as the Training Depot of the South. Same rules apply. Which thankfully, because these guys are both here, they get to transfer, but we'll go over transfer units in a different time. This is going to be underneath the McCulloch. Yeah, he's in administration. Ooh, I forgot. I put Bragg in charge of these guys. Not this Chase guy who's got no experience. There we go. Cool. Back to the Western Army, which is not going to be known as the Western Army. It's the Training Depot of the West. Let's replace you, McCulloch, with somebody else. Like someone like Donaldson, who I really wouldn't utilize anywhere else. Or Pillow, because of their stinking features of command. They're lovely peeps. Very lovely, yes. Yeah, we're going to use Donaldson. And trust me, I can have and will spend way too much time in organizing the commanders and troops and moving everyone around and stuff like that. But hopefully I will make that as entertaining as possible. Let's see, with policies, how long do we have on that? 9.9 days. So let's start off with that initial shuffle of command. Let's rename this from the Army of the Potomac to the Army of Northern Virginia. And there's only one man for the job. Robert T. Lee. Lieutenant Colonel to Brigadier General. That's alright. Let's see, we got Jones, Ewell, and Hampton. So, we're going to start with getting some troops. Can I move these guys around? I don't like having units starting this low, just because the Yanks will always come at you with 3,000 strong. See, now I can recruit 3,000 strong infantry brigades, but we can still only recruit 500 cavalry and 90 artillery. So you have to get the reforms. That's a recent change as well. So, I think for this group, I'm probably going to try to just condense as many people as possible. So, take that from Alabama, move you guys over to Hampton, boom. So you still need more though for Hampton, so we're going to go ahead and recruit probably 4, at least 3 infantry regiments for Lee, and then 1 full-size cavalry and 1. Actually, no, I won't need the cavalry. I have cavalry coming this way. Yeah, 3 infantry brigades, 1 full artillery, and then I'm going to make another half to merge with this one. So we have 15, 14, 12, and 19. That works. Armistead, you are not going to be the commander of that battery. Also Maryland. Why Maryland? Alright, we're going to use Trapier. He's a branch of engineer. Well, I should probably just stick with artillery. Although, if I'm being honest, I don't really want an artillery group from Maryland, only because of the low support. And that's going to change over time as we endear ourselves to the locals. You might have recognized a few familiar faces there. May have been intentional, may not. Who knows? Oops, is that me? Oopsie daisy. Alright. I don't want someone this bad either. Alright, let's go by experience instead. That might be smarter. Alright, now you're not letting me pick anyone? Fine, be like that. Oh dear. just screw it. Just give me artillery, guys. That's all I want. Alright, McCall. I don't like... Ooh, there you go. I'm not a fan of putting in the commanders that have no faces. I know that might sound dumb, but... Alright, and then this is what? This is a Virginia regiment, so we're gonna go ahead and put in... Oh, let's see, who do we put in first? I think both of you guys are from different states, so it's gonna be Anderson. Nope, not Anderson. He's Georgia. Let's see. So maybe it will be one of you guys. No, it's gotta be Pickett, though. I mean, it's Virginia. How could you not put Pickett in command? Beauregard? No, I got plans for you, Beauregard. We can even just sort by Virginia boys. Got Kemper. Not a bad choice. Byers. Kemper doesn't have a lot of experience, is the downside. We might do Garnett. Actually, I like to use Weisinger, just because of his history and the fact that he's a volunteer. But let's see if there's any better captains. That doesn't matter. Let's just go with Early, because we know who he is. And then this is a North Carolina regiment, which means we have our first commander's appearance, Ryan A. O'Dunn. Or should I say Colonel Ryan A. O'Dunn of the North Carolina regiment. Currently it's O'Dunn's brigade. I don't have any Springfields yet, but I'll see about securing some for you. Out of curiosity, if we were to grab a regiment out of Tennessee, how long would it take for them to get here? 25 days. Oof. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but that is a long time. Yeah, so basically what we're going to do there, this is where you can utilize some mad skills. Because of how far away, let's see if it's quicker to recruit the Tennessee Brigade down here in South Carolina. This is the reason why you have these train depots. So, let's find out. 3,000... 22 days. Alright, let's find out if we do move it to the train depot of the east. Or the south, pardon me. 17 days. Now the only downside to that is it's going to take time to get back to Virginia. So, at that rate, we're probably just as well doing... Oh, I forgot about Hampton's division. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. The Hampton division, I completely forgot, is not a division. This is the depot of the north. Technically it's the northeast, but details. First and foremost, Hill, you are being relieved of command of those guns. They are needed elsewhere in the world. You can have some Springfield muskets. Congratulations on your promotion. You have been promoted to customer. Hood, I have no idea why you're commanding less than 200 cavalry. That's kind of dumb, if you ask me. Let's get somebody else in command. Ideally somebody with, like, you know, cavalry skills. Not Longstreet. Van Dorn. Yeah, Van Dorn. No, actually, I know who I want. I want Adams. Adams, and honestly, though, it doesn't really matter because this cavalry regiment is so small. I'm gonna absolutely be merging it with somebody else. Another reason too is by grabbing the Army of Northern Virginia. Come on. 15 days, 14 days. This is the quickest way to get units at least to the front. I can then transfer them later when I need to. Meanwhile, let's see, Early's got 3,000. Hampton could use Hill's brigade. Move you over. Take 3 days to get there. Cool. Adams, bring you over. I don't need you there. Randolph, I want you to merge with Roser's guns eventually. Alrighty, back to the depot of the north. Which, Magruder, you're all right. Let's go ahead and get some more units here. I'm gonna grab probably, because I think the maximum guns I can have in a battalion of artillery is 10. So let's just recruit one to find out. Yes, so I want 2 of these half-sized. Otherwise, if you do a 6 and a 5, you'll lose 1 gun, so what's the point? Alright, so I think we'll now have... Yep, it is time to have the arrival of our next commander. Did I already skip over him? No, I didn't. There he is. Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes. Much blown apart shall be had. So we're going to get a couple more batteries of said artillery. Gonna go and auto-transfer those. Okay, I don't want you in command of that. I'm probably gonna just pick some random lieutenants, because a lot of these guns are going to be replaced. Or gonna be merged, pardon me. So any artillery... well, I'll just start grabbing people. Might as well. French... I don't think Anderson's artillery. Account, congratulations. And then Wilcox, you are absolutely not artillery. Tribute. Where's the experience? There it is. Do I really not have any other artillery? Alright, well, McCall it is then, I guess. So that should give me what? 2, 3 batteries in total? If I do one more small battery, I should be able to do that. North Carolina, no thank you. Alright, I'm gonna use Tribute. So that's all the artillery I got. So now I need to get more infantry. Also, is this my Tennessee unit? Yes it is, which means it's time for our, I think this is our fifth commander now, if I'm not mistaken. It's time for, he's a captain. There it is. Captain David M. Nasty. I mean, Hasty. I obviously didn't get that wrong. Or should I say Colonel David M. Hasty. Alrighty. So we have Odun, we've got Hasty, Pickett, Burley, and I'm going to work on the uniforms. Let me see if I can remember actually what you guys had for uniforms. So Odun, because this honestly is one of my favorite things to do as well. Odun, I think you had... I think yours was this one. Let me know if it's if I'm incorrect. So you wanted forest green frock with butternut pants. Boom. Done. I don't think I have enough Enfields to give to you yet. It's gonna be difficult to get Enfields. And then we have Hasty. Now you wanted an overcoat, I believe is what you said. This is currently the most Tennessee-like uniform that I am aware of. You wanted a gray coat with butternut pants. Butternut pants as well. So this is what that would look like. Unless you wanted to do standard or one of these. Which any of those is possible. Let me know if this is one that you like. Bonaparte. I don't know how French you want it to be, but we could do something very Frenchy. From Virginia, we should probably keep something gray at least. And then I honestly think this is one of the best uniforms in the game, for the artillery at least. Can't say I like that actually. I can't say I like that any better. Let me know if you want to do something with, like, I could do the Prussian blue, but that's kind of Yankee blue kind of colors, and I don't really know if that's something we want to be going for. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that for right now. Let me know if you would like a different style. And then I don't care about these guys as much. I'll customize those on my own when I am interested in doing so. So how many do we have then? 14,000 training in the east, 14,000 more in the south. So we have, yeah, so basically we then, after recruiting all of the units that I feel like I can recruit at the moment, we've got 14,000 here in the east, another 14,000 down here in the south. Looks like almost 12,000 here in the west, and about 15,000 training up in the north, in addition to all the armies that we already have. And we still have a fair dinkum amount of room for growth. We've got some troops that we're going to be needing to merge, and we're going to have to go from there. Also, why did I get that? I should have gotten a 10 out of 9. Oh well. But that's going to be where I leave off for this first episode. It's going to be mostly just been the initial recruitment and the process of starting this game off. This is not going to, I was not expecting us to get anywhere close to actually having any major conflicts, because it's just too early in the game, and it takes way too much time and setup to get there. But we're taking a good old fair dinkum college try to get to there first. I'm not obviously stalling right now because I just saw someone that needs to not be in command of someone who's in command. Anyway, yeah, I got some more commanders I need to probably reassign, but I'll be doing that later off screen. But that's where I'm going to call it this first episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.